life. So that means going deep and actually inviting in and creating the path that you want to follow throughout your life. And business is a big part of many of our lives, and it's sort of the doorway in. You know, I want to focus on working with people that are connected to their passions in a way that it forms businesses, or is part of their daily routine, whereas the business life. And I think clarity and vulnerability in these places allows you to become a magnet of what you really want in your life, and a magnet that's able to repel things as well. By being vulnerable, we're creating that magnetic energy. And by being clear, we're doing the same. Often we need to be clear about what we want, and sharing that can be vulnerable for us, because it's these big wild dreams that we don't really expect the other person to understand, because they're not us and they don't go through all of the same thoughts and life experiences that we've gone through. And sharing these big crazy ideas, man, that's vulnerable in itself. Or sharing the experiences that we've had in our lives that have shaped us in this way is a vulnerable process. But to not just live behind this brand, and to actually be a person in our business life that attracts in other people and deep and meaningful connections, we've got to be willing to risk that. We've got to be willing to risk how people will perceive us, because they can perceive us in an amazing way. We can create real connections if we are willing to connect to things that are important to us as well, right? If we're not able to show up to these spaces where we get to talk about the things that we're deeply passionate about with other people, how are we ever going to expect them to connect to that as well and help follow us and be a part of this journey with us if we're not even telling them the journey we want to go on? It's really, really important to me to share this, because we can hide behind a brand. We can hide behind the fact that this is what I do, I sell these products, and people to never connect to why that's important to us, and the pathways that we want to follow in our lives. We just become another brand, and we get lost behind our brand identity and never actually expressing our own identity. Clarity in that space is so important. Clearly understanding why your journey is so unique to you, and in what ways, it's unique to you, and why that's so important, and what you really, really want from your life. And then being vulnerable enough to allow that in. Being vulnerable enough to actually share it with people. Because that's the process of us connecting to the things that we care about. And not caring about the outcome, because we need to care about the outcome. We want the rewards of it. We want to ensure that we are that magnet that's attracting in the right kinds of people that can be our biggest fan, people that can open up new opportunities for us. But creating this deep feeling that comes alongside our business, creating a deep feeling that comes along with our business is so, so important. And the only way of us doing that is by stripping away some layers and turning up to things vulnerably. I mean, one really important way of doing that for yourself may be being vulnerable and being clear on places like Instagram or Facebook, here, where you stop just sharing the things that you sell. You stop just sharing what it is that you do, and you start connecting to something vulnerable in that space. What it is that you really, really want to create, what it is that brought you to this place, why you care enough about your work to have the kind of relationships that show that, and the kind of clients that you can connect with deeply. I think this is such an important process of any business life, actually creating one that's adventurous rather than one that's just you hiding behind a brand, you hiding behind your business, and kind of letting your business define you in those kind of ways rather than you defining your business. If you're not defining your business, it's defining you. And that sucks, man, because we can spend our lives really just wanting to break out of a life where we're working for someone else, and then we make a brand that we have to be a slave to, rather than us just showing up to places, being vulnerable, being willing to share things that are important to actually mold who we are in this business world. Creating important connections is the most meaningful thing. I mean, everything that we're experiencing happens inside, in here. And to be vulnerable and to be clear and to express what we want in life leaves us in each connection feeling like we've gone somewhere deep and that we've risked something where there can be an amazing reward at the end. Being clear with people as to who you are and the kind of relationships that you're expecting, the kind of things that you expect from other people. That can just make life so much easier. And it can be a vulnerable process, but we need to share openly who we are for us to actually have that deep connection. And I think the freeing space of the Brave Business Experience is an amazing place to start. It's a place where you get to be open in sharing clearly who you are, what it is that you want in life, and some fears that you have, just risking something, and leaving the space feeling just lifted of, like, cleansed of some bullshit is the best way for me to describe it. Lifted of, I don't know where I was going to go with that. You feel cleansed of a lot of bullshit and you can go into following conversations just feeling like, I can have these kind of conversations with you guys. I feel open, I feel free. I'm inviting in experiences now. I'm not shying away from them. I'm turning up as me, as my most unique self, and defining my business and defining my own life as a result. So the Brave Business Experience is a place for that to start. This Brave Business Experience is something I offer for free. So if you want to get some more information about how you can just feel cleansed of the bullshit, how you can start defining your own life and your own business life, I would love to talk to you about it. I mean, if that sounds like something you want to be, if you want to be a magnet that attracts and repels things that you want to attract and repel in your life, the Brave Business Experience is where it happens internally. And then you step into your life and it just grows and grows. So that's my invitation to you. Thank you everyone that's joined. I really appreciate that. And thank you for watching on the replay as well. I hope to have you involved in the Brave Business Experience soon. Thank you.